Danelle here with Legacy Passion Projects. I'm going to show you how to insert images and move them around in Microsoft Word. I'm also going to show you how to insert lines quickly, which is helpful if you're making a journal, workbook, or form for people to fill out. This chapter title and question are taken from a guided journal I recently formatted for author Chrissy Whitten. It's called the Fight Reflection Journal, and it's absolutely fantastic. I'll include a link to it in the show notes. But we're going to use a page from that journal today as an example. Our question here is, describe a magical God moment in your life, a time you intuitively felt his presence and power. First, notice I have the paragraph button on under the Home tab at the top. Home tab, paragraph show hide button. And now I can see the spacing in the document. These blue symbols represent paragraphs and individual spaces between characters. So notice that my question is a size 10 font, and usually I space down to add a line. However, these lines look big and I don't think they're the right size. Actually, I can tell they're not because up here it's size 12. So I want to open my Styles Pane, and that's also under the Home tab over here. Styles Pane, and I want to make sure I've got the same body text style for my lines as I do for my question. So I'm going to highlight these 3 lines right here, which I wouldn't be able to see if I didn't have that paragraph button on. Notice if I turn that off, I can't see anything, but they're there. So if you turn that on, you can see that. And I'm going to select body, no indent. Now that looks much better. So depending on how much space you want to leave between each line, you could start your line on the next line, or maybe you want to go down one. So to insert lines, you can type 3 underlines or 3 hyphens and press enter. So I'll do each of those for you. I'm going to hit shift, and I'm just working on a MacBook Air, so I don't even have a number keypad on my keypad. So I have to press shift and the underline. I'm going to do it 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hit return. Oh, let go of the shift. Let go of the shift, then hit return, and there's your line. Okay, and let's see if the hyphen looks any different. So I'm going to go down 1 line. I'm going to hit hyphen, 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 return. Okay, so you can see there's a difference there in the size of the line. One's a little bit more bold, that was the underline, and the second one is the hyphen. So which one do I want to use? I think I'm going to use the hyphen lines. I actually like the fine looking lines, but I guess it depends on what your project is. So I'm going to delete, oh, accidentally deleted all of it. That's okay. I'm just going to do it again real quick. That's the, oh, nope, definitely want a line between, between that. So I'm going to try it again. Okay. There we go. I've automatically got 3 lines there for you to write your answer on. I think I'm going to add an extra space. And just considering what the question is, I think maybe we'll add a few more lines as well. So I've added more lines, and now I want to insert an image. So I'm going to go up here to insert. Under shapes, I just did not scroll down far enough. This is the one I want to use, this 4-point star. So with the shapes, you kind of have to draw them out. Whoop. It's probably good. You can adjust the size up here. Now you've got this shape format tab that's open. And like if I just want to make this an even 2 square inches, or yeah, I can just put 2 by 2 there. And I want, we're gonna print a black and white book, so I really don't need color. I'm gonna use a gray fill, and I don't even want a black outline because I'm gonna move this behind the lines. So I'm gonna take out the outline. I'm gonna say no outline. All right, and now I am gonna go down here and move this about in the middle of my lines. And I want to put it behind. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go back to wrap text under that arrange button. Okay, this is what I need. I need behind text. Now you can see that the star is behind the lines, which is what I want. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to add another question. So I've got a second question here that I copied and pasted from my other document. So I want to add some more lines. I'm going to do an even amount of lines. Let me zoom in here. And to quickly do that, I like to go up to view and page width. So I usually go back and forth between page width and 1 page. And occasionally I will look at 2 pages at once. But I'm going to go ahead and add my lines here. I'm going to do 1 more return, and then I'm going to do 3 hyphens, enter. Let's see. Now up here I had 2 returns. So let me add another space in there. And I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, enter. Okay, now if this happens, which is annoying, what you can do is I'm going to go ahead and add 8 lines. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you may have noticed this actually happened above as well. 1, 2, 3. One more. Okay, I think I've got 8 lines there. What I'm going to do is highlight all of that. And I'm going to go up to home. And I'm going to just adjust the spacing. I want double space. And that's a quick way to adjust the spacing as well. I'm going to take out one of these returns so that looks even with the top one, because you can see I manually double spaced here, but down here I adjusted the spacing using this line and paragraph spacing button under home. So now I've got my 8 lines. I want to insert another graphic behind these lines, and the question is about how much your Heavenly Father loves you. So I'm gonna go up to insert. This time I'm gonna go over to icons. I'm gonna look for a heart under icons. There is a heart under shapes as well, but just for a different route here to show you, I'm gonna jump over to icons and I'm gonna search heart. There's so many fun icons, I love them. And you'll notice that there are 2 versions of each one. There's a heart that's filled in, and there's a heart that's just an outline. I want the one that's filled in. So I'm gonna select that, hit insert. Okay, and this is something I run into a lot. with inserting graphics. So they all default to I'm gonna right click on that, or use 2 fingers if you're on a MacBook like I am, to right click and then go to wrap text. They all default to inline. I want it behind the text like we did before, so I'm gonna select that. So the last time, if you remember, I think I did this through the shapes format and I went to wrap text and I did it that way. You can also right click on the image and just, it's a quicker way to access it. So I'm going to do behind the text. That moves it back up. So I'm going to go ahead and put it about in the middle of my lines, and I want to make this the same size as I made the star. So I'm going to go up to graphics format and then change that to 2x2. And with the icons, it does automatically do the 2x2, which is nice, because they're all in square shapes. But I'm gonna kind of move that where I want it. Actually, a quick way to align this in the center of your page is to go to align center. And now I know it's in the middle of my page. And I'm gonna fill that with gray, which it is automatically on the color I used last, so that's nice because I used gray up here. And ta-da! I'm gonna go back to home, turn off my paragraph, and go to view and do one page so I can kind of get a overall look at the page. And yeah, I like what I see. If this was helpful, please let me know by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I plan to add more videos, but I want to know what would be most helpful to you in relation to writing, book formatting, self-publishing, software, or leaving another kind of legacy. I'm here to help you with your passion projects. That is my goal. You can find me at legacypassionprojects.com, and if you're interested in these topics, I'll include a link to my newsletter opt-in in the show notes. I'd love to connect and correspond with you over email. Thanks for watching.